All great.
Yeah. So, Paramjit sir is also joining in another 2-3 minutes. Yeah.
No problem. Would you like to start with a brief background, or will Parmeet sir be giving that?
I can also start, but let's wait for Paramjit sir to join.
Sure, sure, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
I also have my colleague, my senior here with me, Mr. Sanjay. He is
Hi.
also overlooking the FMCG space.
okay. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Sanjay. How are you?
Just a second.
Yeah. No worries.
So sorry for that.
No worries. No worries. That's okay.
You guys are located in Punjab right now, the main
Yeah,
office.
we are located. Yeah, we are located in Punjab, in Mohali.
Okay, Mohali.
Yeah,
Nice.
it is adjoining to Chandigarh.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Vishal, sir. He is the CFO of Chatha Foods.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, विशाल जी.
Yeah, hi sir, how are you doing?
Fine, fine, fine. आप कैसे हो?
I'm also doing good, sir.
Great.
All well, sir. Sir, Paramji sir is also joining. So I was just briefing. It will take another 2-3 minutes for him to join.
No issues, no issues.
Yeah. So if you want to start, we can start, or otherwise let's wait for another 1-2 minutes. He would be joining. Yeah. So he was just finishing some other meeting.
Yeah, no
No, भाई
problem.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. Meanwhile, you can give us a intro also till he joins.
Okay. Sure, sure, sure. So, sir, Chatha Food, I think, I hope you are aware. So, it was started in 1998.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then primarily it was settled for ready-to-eat kind of products, non-vegetarian products, and then eventually we uh, ventured into this category. So initially in 1990s, it was I mean the player were very less. I mean we were the first to start this ready-to-eat non-vegetarian segment in this uh, particular forte. For this retorted, we started with the retorted sausages and all. So starting from then today we are we have just raised equity for setting this vegetarian facility as well, uh, and back in 2023, and so sir has also joined. Yeah.
Hi. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
good afternoon, Jasmine.
Good afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Great. Should I give you a brief our company as well, or
Yes, please, Jasmine. That'll be better. Yes,
great.
please.
So, the company's name is VT Capital, and we're into equity and derivative investments. And recently, our focus has been towards the cash equities. We're based out of Calcutta, and we have an AUM of roughly 1100, 1200 crores. And we were really fascinated by the story of Chatha Foods. We somehow missed the IPO. We didn't get allotment. We did not discover the company pretty early as well. So now that we know of the company, we were really interested in the story and we wanted to know more about you for the same.
Yes, please, Jasmine. How do you want to take it forward from here? You have questions you want to ask me, or you already done your diligence on the company?
We've done a little bit of the study, but we were getting a rough brief from Vishal sir as well.
Yeah. So, Vishal, can you share where we are at the moment, and our IPO journey, and the new plant progress, and the JV with Alana?
Yeah, sure, sir. In continuation to our discussion, Jasmine, uh, we are in the process of setting up this new facility. So, all the approvals and everything is in place, and we are into construction. So, we have already started up the construction, and we are targeting to meet the deadline of this March 25. And in addition to that, we have recently done an JV with Alana. for setting up a facility for ready-to-eat products as well. And
Meat and chicken products, Jasmine.
Right.
yeah, for the meat and chicken products. Uh, so that is also in progress, and for that we are doing a preferential. We are in the process of issuing doing preferential issue for that.
Okay.
So the preferential issue, Jasmine, has been closed at 125 rupees per share.
127, sir.
127. Okay.
So it's been closed at 100.
Yeah.
And what is the fundraising about? If we could get a little bit more on that. We had seen a filing regarding what you were planning to raise funds. So is this the same thing that we're talking about, which is closed already? Something else?
Yeah, the preferential issue is for that purpose only. Yes.
So this was closed on Friday then.
Yeah.
Great.
So what was the fund size basically for the prep issue?
It was 20 crores.
20 crores.
Yeah. So we are going up with 21.5 crores. 20 is the preferential equity shares and 1.5 would be the share warrants issued to the promoters of the company.
Okay.
Could you also, so there are three major streams of our revenue, as I understand, and on our product portfolio as well. So there's the non-veg items, there's vegetarian, and there's plant-based meats. Would it be possible for you to give us a rough or an average revenue contribution in each of those segments?
Jasmine, we're not doing plant-based products in a big way. This whole thing about plant-based is something we had set up in 21, I suppose, or 22.
21, 22, yeah.
21, 22. There was a big hype about plant-based products, and we had some very large customers working with us, the likes of Alchem Laboratories and Gravis Foods, Shakahari. But somehow this plant-based business worldwide didn't do very well. So in the next scope for growth, it's vegetarian. It's vegetarian products, wherein we will be doing for the new plant where we raised the IPO proceeds. They will go towards setting up a facility of almost 16,000 metric ton. Vishal, correct me if I'm wrong. Annual 16,000 metric ton capacity, where we'll be producing flatbreads, the likes of tortillas, Malabari parantha, and different kind of paranthas, frozen to fryer products, again vegetarian, wherein we'll try to tap into the McDonald's and the other burger chains also. Plus, increase of footprint into our existing customer base with these vegetarian products. Then we'll be doing a lot of base gravies, which we want to export. So this new plant we've set up is mainly for the QSR market in India and exports also. The third revenue stream is the JV we have set up with Alana, again, which is 6,000 metric ton annual capacity. And wherein we'll be again doing value-added meat and chicken products, and the products will be produced for Alana under their brand for exports to the Asian and the African markets.
Okay. And this entire JV, what is the cost of setting up this particular plant with 6,000 metric ton capacity?
So Jasmine, it's a 70-30 kind of arrangement with Alana. So Chatha Foods is coming in with 70%. Alana is coming in with 30%. The total capex for setting up this plant is 40 crores.
So total capex is 40 crores. So it would be requiring close to 14-15 crores on our end.
No, we will be
You can,
contributing
please
around to
clarify this.
19 to 20 crores plus 7 to 8 crores will come from Alana, and 12 to 13 crore would be the term loan. So debt equity would be 0.375:1 or something like that.
And could you tell us about the IPO utilizations that have been done up till now? What was the entire IPO size? How much of it has already been utilized?
Vishal,
Vishal, I think you have the figures.
Yeah. So, Jasmine, total IPO size was 30 odd crores. Just a second, I'll brief you on the.
Okay. And how much is being utilized? All of it has been given in the plant.
No, no, no.
So,
Okay. You can go ahead, Vishal.
okay, yeah. Uh, we have utilized 24 crores out of this IP utilization, and yes, 6 crores is available with us. 6.5 crores is available with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also wanted to understand the kind of input costs that we are incurring. So, what are the major constituents of the raw material basket that we require?
For this vegetarian facility.
Overall, for the company as a whole.
So,
So, say for
so
example,
this for the existing fund. Yeah, sorry, this one, yeah, please.
Jasmine, you'll have to,
Uh,
if you could please rephrase the question.
sure. So, say suppose we're making we're making tortillas, making flatbreads, we're making sauces and gravies, we're into chicken nuggets and a few packs as well. So, I understand we have to procure chicken, we have to procure some vegetables. So, where is that procurement coming from, and what are the major
Suppliers.
inputs that we need to make our finished products?
So Jasmine, as of now, in our existing legacy unit, so the major input is chicken, which is coming from plants right up to South India. We are buying from Sneha Feeds. Vishal, it's Sneha Feeds, right, or Sneha Foods?
It's Sneha Farms.
Sneha Farms. We are buying from
Shanti
Shanti Feeds. We are buying from Belchik from Belgaum. Plus, we are buying from 3 plants in Punjab. So when it comes to chicken, I think Vishal, 55% raw material consumption is chicken. Am I right?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the vegetarian plant, Jasmine, it's mainly going to be flour, which will come from milling companies locally. Of course, spices and blends always forms a lot of suppliers supplying it to us, but the percentage is very small. And there will be frozen vegetables coming in, which again will come in from Pegro, which is a facility close to us.
Okay. Great. So,
So something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So any volatility in, say, for example, flour prices, or if it's possible in chicken, the raw material that we're into, all these price hikes are passed on to the B2B consumer from us, right? Basis on the new
Uh,
contract.
So Jasmine, we work on annual contracts for our raw material, and we work on annual contracts with our customers.
Okay. And
So for us, all our total raw material, other than let's say the commodities like the oil, majorly. So almost I would say 95% of our purchase is contracted basis annually, and likewise we have annual contracts with our customers.
Okay.
So this fluctuation thing really doesn't matter, until unless things really go out of hand, which has never happened till now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get. And
Sir, do we have any specialty for the chicken, like category of the chicken? Do we stick on to some specifications like that?
No. There are a lot of specifications on the chicken meat, but as such, there are no specifications from our customers on the pedigree of the breed. So we don't slaughter. We don't slaughter chicken. We buy, boneless cuts or chicken wings as per the requirement. So we are not into the slaughtering business. We're just into the value addition business.
No, I mean to say the quality of the chickens which we buy.
Sorry?
I mean to say the quality of chickens which we procure. I was concerned
Yeah.
of the. So do we have some benchmark from the customers, like we need to procure these grades of chicken, or a way the
No,
we have-
not the breeds. Not the breeds.
I understand that our major
So to
clients.
answer your question better, like we work with Sneha. Sneha would work with a different breed. We buy from Shanti. Shanti would be working with a Vencob, or somebody would be working with a Hubbard, or somebody would be working with Evian. So that is not a prerequisite from the customers. No.
And you give us a breakup of the revenue in terms of the clients that we have? Say the top 3 clients, how much are they adding into our revenue?
Vishal, can you please explain
Yeah,
that?
sure. Yeah, sure, sir. So, Jasmine, our top three clients. So, sorry. So, as of now, Jubilant is our main client, which is contribute Jubilant, and then we have Jyoti International, Subway, Domino's Subway, and third is Taco Bell at the moment. So, these three clients totally contribute to 65 to or 70% of our revenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the pace of new additions? So are we only focused on these large QSR chains, or say in a 2 year span, what is our in terms of the kind of clients we want to acquire?
So Jasmine, we are not focused on these large QSRs. So as of now, in terms of customer acquisition, we're working with Domino's, we're working with Subway, we're working with Taco Bell, we are working with Cafe Coffee Day, we are working with Tim Hortons, we are working with Third Wave Coffee,
Walk Express.
uh,
Walk
we are
Express.
working with Chinese Walk, we are working with Nick Bakers, we're working with Burger
Third wave,
Singh.
third wave, and yeah,
Yeah. So we're working with almost all the
Burger King.
large or medium brands, but yes, the acquisition for even other brands is always on the way, all under progress. We have a sales team. We have people who keep, pitching to all. So we have two kind of models. One model is where we do a customization business, where the number of stores are more than 50 with one brand, and then we have other way of doing business, which is through distributors, which are some of our off-the-shelf products where we don't do any customization.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we also present in the Horeca market for any kind of restaurant chains?
No, we see when it comes to restaurant chains, we are in the CDR and the QSR business. We're not in the fine dining business.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we even working with Chili's. We are in the progress of onboarding one of the largest cinema companies in the world, in the country. So this customer acquisition is an ongoing process, Jasmine. So like I think within this financial year, Vishal, we've onboarded almost 6 new customers. Am I right?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir. Almost 6 to 8 customers.
Okay, okay, that's great. And could you also give me an outlook on the QSR industry from your perspective? Say the last year was not especially encouraging for the QSR industry. A lot of the listed players did not do well. So what has been the reason for that, and what is your outlook on the same?
Jasmine, that is something I can't comment on. What was the reason is not something I can comment on. But if you look at this from our angle, our business with all our customers is growing. I don't think that there's been a dip in our business. Am I right, Vishal?
Correct, sir.
Yeah. So QSR in terms of revenue, Jasmine is doing okay. QSR in terms of margins, they could be struggling. But in terms of revenue, in terms of sales, I don't think they're doing so bad.
Okay, okay. And so margin potential from for us would come from this new plant of vegetarian. I would assume they would have higher margins for us.
Yes.
So maybe
Yes.
basis points increase can be expected over the year or the next year in terms of margins.
So Jasmine, we are not expecting anything great to happen in 25, 26. Because the plants will come up, the trials will happen. So we're looking at almost, Vishal, something like a 5 month revenue from our vegetarian plant and a 3 month revenue from the JVM, right?
Yeah, right, sir.
Yeah. So we expect an uptick in 26, 27, and we have a target of being like operating at 85% capacity by 28 on the two new plants.
Okay. And just another thing, also, I had read your annual report given a table regarding your installed capacity and capacity utilization for FY24. As of date, as on H1 of FY25, could you give me the installed capacity for the non-veg and the vegetarian plant, as well as the capacity utilization for the... I mean, post the addition of the veg plant, how does the capacity look like?
No, veg plant still has to come up, Jasmine. The veg plant will come up, will become operational in something like maybe May 25.
Okay, so post that, so the number on the annual report was 2278. So this should come up to how much exactly then once the vegetarian plant is settled?
John?
So, Jasmine, for non-veg, so you're referring to non-vegetarian plant utilization numbers. So once we have the new veg facility up and going, so for like Sir brief, so we are targeting utilization for 5 months only. So accordingly, we are targeting. So accordingly,
Jasmine, in the
30%.
Vishal, I'll explain it to her. Jasmine, in the annual report, the vegetarian plant is being referred to as the plant which we had set up for the plant-based meats,
Okay,
right?
okay,
हाँ, तो अभी वो हमारा छोटा plant है. Now that plant, once the new vegetarian facility comes up, this vegetarian, small vegetarian equipment will also shift to the new facility, and this chicken and the space will be occupied by the chicken for the chicken processing and increasing the capacities for chicken.
okay.
So what you see in the annual report is the existing small vegetarian plant is what we have.
So, okay, so let me reframe my question. What I wanted to understand is FY24, we might have a certain unit of installed capacity. I want to know next 2 years, say FY26 ends up, what would be that capacity and what would be the utilization? A rough target that we set.
So, Jasmine, for FY27, we are targeting 65% utilization for this veg facility, and for FY28, we are targeting 85 to 90% of utilization.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what would be installed capacity?
It is 16,000 metric tons.
That is right now, right?
No, that's for the new vegetarian plant, Jasmine.
That's for the new facility.
No, I wanted to ask the total installed capacity post all our plant additions have been completed, say 2 years
All
down.
the plant additions. So you can do 16,000 plus 6,000 plus 6,000. Am I right, Vishal?
Yeah, correct, sir.
So it should be roughly 72,000 in the next 2 years, roughly.
No, 16,000.
16,000.
16.
It would be 28,000 metric tons for all the 3 units combined.
28,000 metric tons.
Yeah.
Okay. And right now we are at 16.
Right now, for the chicken, yes, we are at 60. We are at 6,000 metric ton for chicken. Yes.
Great. That is
Out of which we are utilizing almost 75%, Vishal. Am I right?
78%.
78%.
And what kind of relations growth can we presume, sir, in the next 2 years down the line?
Sorry, can you please come again?
What kind of pricing power we have for these two business, for the chicken as well as for this plant-based meat? Like that will impact the relations front?
No, I didn't get the question, Jasmine. Pricing power means?
Yeah, pricing power means the selling price, at what price we are selling to our end consumers. So we are increasing our capacity, right? So what kind of pricing front we are expecting in the next 2 years down the line? Like, do we expect any price revisions or price hikes in next 2 years or next 3 years? Products?
So, just to, I think we need to reframe the question. So, I think the products will differ in this new expansion. So, we are venturing into breads as well as some frozen to fry products as well. So, So the pricing will be totally different. So and the major proportion is 60 to 65% will be breads. So that will be entirely different pricing as compared to this existing pricing.
Okay. So, okay, great.
So
Got it.
that would be higher or lower from the current scenario?
No, the vegetarian prices will definitely be lower per kilo than the chicken.
Got it. Got it.
Because the input cost is low, so obviously the selling cost will also be lower. But then
So,
we're looking at almost a 3-time capacity for the vegetarian plant versus a chicken plant, existing chicken plant. And the margins are
Yeah.
much better in the bread segment and the segment we are getting into than the chicken segment.
so can you please guide us margin in terms of like a broad range kind of thing? Like what the chicken guy used to deliver, what these plant-based meats deliver, and what's these
No,
new
there is nothing as, please, you have to understand there's nothing as plant-based now. Plant-based कुछ नहीं है. Chicken है, vegetarian है, and Alana JV है. There is nothing as plant-based. Plant-based, like I said, is something we started in 2022 and it didn't take off well all over the world. So we are not doing any plant-based products now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, what would be your margin guidance for your chicken thing, for the veg thing as well for the JV thing? Like if you can give a broad range kind of thing for these three segments.
So we should have, Vishal, an approximate average margin of around 30% gross.
30% gross for chicken segment.
For all combined, sir?
On an average, I'm saying, all
Yeah.
combined average.
Yeah,
All
it will
combined
be
average.
correct, sir.
Okay.
30% gross.
And what's the setup cost for a chicken plant, sir, as of now?
Sorry?
What is the current setup cost for a chicken plant as of now? For like
We have
So
invested around 60 crores as a gross, but the book value as on date is around 28 to 30 crores.
30 crore for what kind of facility? For 6,000?
Yeah, yes, yeah, for the first facility, for the existing facility. It's being done in the span of the year from 1997 till now.
And for the veg thing, that should be much more lower, right?
What do you ask?
I'm asking you, sir, for the veg thing, for a setup of a veg plant, so that would be much more low.
That's entirely different thing. So in the vegetarian, we are proposing around about 44 crore rupees of investments, and with a capacity of 16,000 metric ton. But in the non-vegetarian segment, the progressive capital expenditure is around 60 crores and capacity is around 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
Got it. And what's the current gross margin, sir, as of now, as we talk? The cumulative of all?
Cumulative
Vishal?
of all, like we told earlier, it would be 30% gross margin.
It's
Nobody's
one.
talking. No, at the moment we
for
don't
the
have
current-
anything cumulative. At the moment, it's
Yeah,
only
it is
chicken.
only existing facility. Yeah.
30%, right?
That's a cumulative margin, sir.
30% is the cumulative margin. For the existing facility, it is 27-28% gross margin.
Okay, it's 28% currently, and we're expecting 30%. That would be next 2 years down the line, right?
As a
Yeah,
cumulative gross margin from the 3 plants we're setting up.
Okay, okay, got it. And can you just guide us anything from the industry front, like where we are placed, like who are the major players who are running behind us or running ahead of us, and how we can like match up with the industry dynamic scenario?
For a chicken plant,
Yes, sir, for both.
see, for chicken, we have Vista Foods, we have Meatza, we have these are the 2 major players, Vishal. Anything else I can think of? And in vegetarian, we will be competing against Tasty Bites and Signature Foods.
Tasty Bites and
Signature.
Signature. Okay. And what has been the industry size as a whole, both for chicken and for the veg front?
I really wouldn't have the exact figures on that.
So what kind of market share we're having as of now in the chicken space?
सर इंडस्ट्री साइज नहीं पता तो मार्केट शेयर कैसे बताएंगे, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री साइज में ऑर्गेनाइज्ड अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड बहुत कुछ आ जाता है.
So what would be ranking of our company if we compare along with our peers? So क्या standing होगा सर हम लोगों का?
स्टैंडिंग आप अच्छा बुरा पूछ रहे हैं सर, क्या पूछ रहे हैं?
Sir, I'm asking you, suppose we are having 5 peers, okay, along with us. So in the 5, if you just rank in them like top in the first place, so where we are standing as of now?
I think we would be in value addition. We would be the second largest company in India in terms of quantities. Yeah.
I think that answers all our questions, sir.
Sales number.
And I just want the last bit is on the guidance that we got from the last call. That was 3x of revenue in 3 years and 5 to 6x of PAT in 3 years, right? On the base of FY24.
Yes.
Yes, that is something. Okay. From the bed space.
From the bed space.
I think that answers our questions. It's a very long day, so thank you for taking out the time to speak with us. We might have follow-up questions for which I might have to trouble you again.
Sure. Anytime, Jasmine. We're always there to answer your questions. Thank you so much for this call.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Vishal ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.